You are live.
Hello.
Amazing.
We love a cold open.
That was so anticlimactic. Like, I hated that. I hated that so
It's
deeply.
really not a lazy gang stream without the boom, boom, boom,
I'm so
boom, boom.
fucking upset. It's
Yeah.
like I get fucking flagged for it every single time as well. So like, let me share my own video.
Mhm.
If anyone in this chat is wondering what we're talking about, it's the fact that I've just discovered this new StreamYard Ryanair setup, which is you want to do anything you used to do for free. It's not free anymore. You got to pay
Mhm.
for premium. So
Yeah, we can't
I
play our
did not
cute
have
little video.
an intro, which sucks. So I think it's time to find out what alternatives to StreamYard exist. If you guys have any suggestions in the comments, feel free to drop them in because that'll be a really fun way to use StreamYard to find other ways to stream.
We might have to resort to just streaming from YouTube. I don't know if how that
Is
works with guests,
that
but
thing that exists? I've never done that.
I don't know.
I've only ever done StreamYard. Oh,
End of
that
an era.
sucks. Yeah, this is the problem is when there's a bit of a monopoly, they start doing whatever they want. We need people to give them some competition, you know?
Mhm.
How are you guys? This is a little bit later than planned because I initially wanted to do this at 5, but then I got 2 hours delays on the train. I was on one of the 3 trains I had to take to come back from bumfuck nowhere, which is where this wedding I went to happened. So
Pour one out for Mel, and she's had a rough day.
it has. So I just decided to push it 30 minutes because I wasn't sure. I thought I would cut it quite close. And then even when I got on time, I was like, I need to crash on the couch for 1 second and
Yeah.
rest. So this is why. But I am home. We're streaming. But all that to say that normally, for anyone who's used to our streams, we often tend to have a little theme, a little thematic, and little questions. And we try to answer them and we ask the audience to answer them. We don't have any of that. Today's a lazy gang.
We're putting the lazy back in lazy gang today.
Yes. Today's just gonna be chit chat, chat shit,
Yeah.
basically, type of stream.
If there's anything
Um,
y'all wanna talk about, drop it in
yes,
the
feel
chat.
free to feel free to ask us questions, feel free to ask the audience questions, feel free to jump in on a topic and we'll get started on that. That's not an issue. We will be doing, I think, probably 2 45 chunkies, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Mostly because I also have a takeaway on the way. So
I love this. This is really giving lazy Sunday night vibes.
which exactly what it is. For anyone who's worried about me, I did take tomorrow off because I had the foresight to think I would be tired as fuck after this weekend. So
Mhm.
I'm on the off. But me and Anna are both struggling this month. Not really struggling, I would say, but more taking a break. And
We're resting.
we're resting. We're taking a summer break. And I think mine was half purposeful in the sense of I literally vlogged at the beginning of the month saying, this is going to be a very short vlog because I need a little break. And so I'm not
Mhm.
going to write as much and I'm going to do more think tanking for rules of survival, my current sci fi, and just not actually write words, which I thought I would half do that and half still write. And currently, 20 days in the month, I have generally just done that. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of in a similar, position where I'm in between drafts right now, and, I'm I wanted to, get this really big video out that I've been editing since early July.
my
And
God.
one thing about me is I really don't like working on two things at once. So when I'm editing a video, I'm hyper focusing on that. All my spare evening time goes to that. And then I'll pick up my next writing project. And I've just been hitting every obstacle under the sun with this video. I can't believe it's the 20th.
I'm so sorry.
So I'm video editing today on the stream, which I usually like try to write on the streams, but I need to get this video done, and that's why we're in Mr. Robin's office today, because I'm gonna edit on this computer.
Yes,
And
love this new
yes,
location.
yes, new location unlocked. But I did bring my pink Lazy Gang light in just for the
Nice.
vibes.
Yes, I like the
So
vibes.
yeah,
I
hopefully we
think
can get this done.
I'm, very much okay with the idea of taking a little summery break and just being like, this month is going to be busy with other things, so
Mhm.
I can't write a lot, and that's okay. And it resets. And I'm actually really happy that for me it happened right after I finished my midpoint. Like I finished my midpoint, and there was like time for a
Mm,
break.
good. Yeah.
So I feel like it was the right timing because I needed to have a think about my next scenes for Act 2B and to figure out, and I've figured out that I'm going to have to change some things anyway. So I need to vlog about it. I have not vlogged about it. That's the main thing. So yes, we are going to do 2 chunky sprints and we'll be working on random stuff. Let me say hi to the chat first and then let's say what we're doing today.
Okay.
Because I'm just all over the place. So, hello, Keiko. How are you? How's it going? Hello, Becca. How are you? Hello, Steve. Hello, Katie. How's it going? Hi,
Hi.
Marta. Marta will be coming back. She said, I'm just making dinner, but I hope you have a lovely start to the stream, and I'll be joining you a little bit later. Very
Yay.
nice. Happy time zones, Susan. How are you doing? StreamYard has become so vile. Yes, it can't play intros
A
anymore. Nope,
crime. A
gotta
literal
pay for it.
crime.
Yeah. Hello, Michael. How are you doing? Streamlabs is a thing, I think. Oh, let me Google that.
I know, because I think the other thing is like you can only stream for 5 hours in a month, and so like that means I can't host a lazy gang and do one solo stream in the month. Like that would
I
already
think what
exceed
we
it.
should do is like, I might do random test ones and just try different things. So I might do random little pop-up 20-minute streams just to test new things and see how they feel.
Yeah, take one
And
for the
just
team.
yeah, exactly. I'll take a little test drive of some of these and then rank them and decide on our next use.
I like that.
But Streamlabs, I like the look of it. I mean, initially, I'm very obviously as a graphic designer, I'm very design oriented, and so far, I like the look of the design of it. It
Good.
looks a bit like maybe gamer oriented, but that can be okay. Um,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I don't want notifications. Don't give me notifications. Yeah, we'll have a look at that. Kate uses Streamlabs, but I'm so intimidated. I mean, maybe we'll just do like a sesh where we invite a bunch of people to stream all together so we can all figure it out together.
Yeah, we'll just make a big old mess.
Yeah. Let's start doing Microsoft.
No, I have a visceral response to the Teams noise.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm already too conditioned.
I had to, so like I'm doing my best friend's wedding invites, and because we don't live in the same country, we were like, oh, what should we chat on? And then we were like, oh, let's just do a Zoom because that's like the good old thing that
Right.
doesn't require for us to log into a Microsoft Teams account or anything. So it was, let's just do a Zoom. But Zoom now also is Ryanair, and it's also gone like, well, after 30 minutes, it's not free anymore. 40 minutes, I
Oh
think.
God.
Afterwards, you get cut off if you don't pay for like a business plan. And I was like, Google Hangouts, and that worked fine. So just saying, let's do Google Hangouts, guys. That's still
Back
free.
back in 2009.
It actually still, they haven't, made us pay for more in order to access the stuff. So imagine if you could stream straight from YouTube. Is there like a way? Like, is that a thing or is it not a thing?
Yeah, there is, but I don't know like how I've
Is
never
it
tried to
bad,
do it with
basically?
guests. It would just be like you on your own channel. Like I don't know if you
Because
can
like
add other
if
accounts.
I were YouTube, I'd be taking notes of the people being angry at StreamYard. I'd be like, this is our fucking time to shine. Time to
Yeah,
like, add some nice features in and be like, everyone stream directly from us. I don't know.
would be
Um,
nice.
maybe the streams could be emails. No. No, they could not.
Think you could get this over email? This
Are you doing newsletters, Katie? Is that what you're saying? We should all be just sending each other newsletters. The laziest of lazies. Yeah. Didn't you think about using tropes? Question related.
Oh,
Um,
if we did, I
here was one
forgot.
of the suggestions. Very
I know
possible.
we've done a stream on tropes before.
Yes, we have actually. And we've also, and I think maybe that might be why we wouldn't do one now. We had our little would you rather as a writer um, video that we shot for your channel when you were in London.
Yeah.
And to me, that was very trope oriented.
Oh, it was too, yeah.
So it felt very much like we covered a lot of those types of questions already. I'm also motivationally challenged. There we
Yeah.
go. Seems like July is a. There's very little streams going on in the calendar. If you look at the calendar,
I was thinking that too. I think it's just too hot. Everyone's not in the mood.
yeah, I think people need the summer break. You know,
Yeah.
rest is so important. I'm also taking rest this month. Very nice.
Good.
See, it seems to be a trend. I'll be working on outlining draft 2. Almost done with Act 2A.
Woo!
Nice, exciting. She says, planning on diving back into work tomorrow. I was on Hollybobs. I rested. Yes,
Yeah.
Hollybobs are good. Just have to add some meats on the bone. Still in the edit, says Becca. Edit mode.
Yeah.
Exciting, exciting. Should be easy, right? Right.
Ah!
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Keiko says, I will work on a new fanfic that is Dragon Age, but Orpheus inspired because I watched that Orpheus song clip from The Sandman and now I'm obsessed. Conveniently, there's a character that would fit Eurydice.
Mm.
And I'm tired from work again over time because not enough people, the boss doesn't hire new people until after the summer break. And that
Okay.
coworker is now on week 7 playing sick and week 3 without notice. So fun.
Sounds like this coworker needs to go because
Yeah.
you're
But
having issues
also
with them every week.
yes and no, because if the boss isn't hiring anyone new to replace the people who
Mm,
leave, you don't want even the bad employees to leave. You're
that's
like,
so true.
this is kind of like, I mean, it's not similar in the sense I don't have a colleague that's pissing me off or anything, but it's partially the reason why July is like intense and I don't want to do any writing after work because I mean, that's not really a secret anymore, but my company did redundancies. And now we have 25% less of the workforce. And
Oh,
everyone had
God.
pre-booked their holidays for July, August, because they're all fucking parents with children. So that's when they book their holidays.
Right.
And so there were 2 people in my team that were out last week. So I had to cover for a lot of their work
Oh,
and plus
gosh.
new pitches and work and everything. It was just mental. I was like, I can't
Yeah.
focus on writing after like my laptop stayed closed my personal one is in not my work one stayed closed since Edinburgh. Like I hadn't opened it since last
Oh,
week.
yeah.
I was like, I'm too
Not
tired.
in the mood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Which is why I really did not want to cancel the stream because I was like, I need a little motivation of like just someone else who I know is counting on me and I have that responsibility. Because my stream on Thursday, I canceled it. I was like, nope, can't do it.
Yeah. I don't think gonna have a Wednesday night stream because I'm gonna be visiting my parents next week. So this
Yeah,
is and I'm gonna be video editing today. So honestly,
yeah.
I might just be like, you know what? New draft starts August 1st.
I like that. You know, I love a good, let's just start at a date that feels good. And
Right.
that's when we're all starting again.
Yeah. See y'all in August.
Hi, Luke. How's it going? Michael says, may I do a 3-hour stream today? Stream me out, not today, son. Yeah.
More.
You need to patent Ustream ASAP. Brilliant name. My neighbor's fire alarm just went off. Someone didn't want to go outside to take a smoke. Oh, yeah, that's annoying. I always worry when my neighbor's alarm goes off because we have some elderly neighbor in one area. We had a fire truck coming in twice, but I've seen them walk around since then, so they're fine.
They're okay.
You know, like you worry a lot more when it's elderly neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is the co-worker quits. He doesn't get that unemployment money for the time until he finds something new, and he wouldn't get it if the boss fires him, and the boss doesn't want to give him that. Okay, that sounds like a lot of annoying paperwork.
Great
stuff.
situation.
Yeah. Shall we jump into a first sprint?
Let's do it.
So I think I'm going to be continuing what I was doing. I started a little bit on the train, just doing a bit of outlining. Oh, I think that might be my takeaway. My
Perfect
husband's
timing.
taking care of that. Jamie will take care of that. So yeah, I'll get us started on a sprint. I think I'm just going to be outlining Act 2B. I keep forgetting. It's just Act 2B. Really it should be Act 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's done. It's done.
It is.
From my midpoint until the all is lost moment.
Very good. Yeah, I'm going to be editing. I'm really, really close actually to finishing this vlog, and that's kind of why it was so annoying when my computer just crapped out because I was like, if I just had 2 more sittings, I could finish it.
Yeah.
So I might be able to finish it today while we're
Yeah.
streaming, and I would love to schedule it for tomorrow and just be like, bye, bitch, like, be gone from my head.
Yeah. Bye, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh my god, may I just say sorry? You reminded me of that. the wedding I went to, the the maid of honor speech was the best speech ever. She was so funny, and
Ooh.
her last sentence she said at the end of her speech was, "You're welcome, bitch," because she's basically the one who first talked in the club that we're at in Toronto.
Oh,
Yeah.
love that. I love going to weddings where the maid of honor is like, "And I introduced them." And it's
Basically,
like,
she was the one who was like, "Are you British?" Because she heard the British accents. Yeah, so he's an English guy who married a Canadian girl,
oh,
so
okay.
that's why, which I thought was really funny. But anyway, I like the "You're welcome, bitch."
You're welcome. That I'm gonna put that at the very end of the video.
Yes. Okay, let me present. I hope we're allowed to do that. Am I
We'll
allowed to
see.
present? I don't know what I'm allowed to do anymore.
It's like screen sharing is part of the premium plan.
Does that work?
I see it.
Okay, good. Okay, let me play the little sound and then I'll put it on 45.
Okay. Good luck, everyone.
And let's go.
I love those little Tweety birds.
Sorry, I needed to unmute myself. There we go. How did that go for you?
That was good. I've basically got the vlog edited. I'm just doing now what I call the fun run, which is when I go from the beginning and I do all the little like the dates on the screen, the screenshots that I might put on the screen, the little clicky sound effects, and like
Yeah.
any zooms that I might do, like all the little stuff that helps hold people's attention.
Yeah,
And so I got through the first 15 minutes of doing the fun run.
nice. Do you also put, if you've got B-roll and you put like music on, do you do that during that run or do you do it as a separate
Um,
thing?
I tend to do music at the same time as the rough cut because I like to
Yeah.
edit to the beat of the music sometimes, or like, um, yeah, the music just informs the editing of the rough cut too much for
That's
me.
fun. So interesting to hear other people's versions, like how they edit it, because it's just like, oh, like so what do you think of first? What's like your priority?
I really like the music is really important to me in editing the transitions between clips.
Yeah.
Because I'll use that to try and like change the energy or like make momentum out of something.
I do
Um,
love selecting music for B-roll as well, but I
yeah,
tend to be more like I'll see what I've got first. I tend to cut them roughly in a bit of a TikTok way, probably like, quite like 1 or 2 seconds max each clip type of thing.
yeah,
And then I'll add the music after because I have like quite specific taste in what I like in terms of like I often go for the same funky style of music or like
yeah.
and then based on that, when I'm done with editing everything, I'm like re-going over with the music I've selected and like
Oh,
shortening
that's
or
cool.
lengthening some clips so they match a little bit better. If I'm like, oh, there's like a beat there that would be perfect if that stopped, or
Yeah,
yeah.
that makes a lot of sense.
Um,
Yeah, I'm probably
I
not doing it very efficiently. Like, I know I'm a really
no,
slow
I don't think it's
editor.
about efficiency though. It's about the end result, right? Like it's about what you think
Yeah.
looks good and sounds good and everything afterwards. And it sounds like you've got your method which works for you and it gives really good results because I always love your vlogs. So
Well, I love yours as well.
well, thank you. To be fair, I also do use Premiere Pro, so I have a little cheat in the sense of it's from my job, so I have it so I can benefit
Yeah.
from the expensive program.
Yeah, I had kind of a goal in the back of my mind, to finally learn Final Cut this year. Um, so that may be. It's kind of embarrassing that I'm still using iMovie and trying I'm
Whatever
using
works.
every loophole to try and get it to look like it's not
Again,
iMovie.
like the thing is like it's more about the results, isn't it? It's about what it is at the end of it rather than which program you use and yeah.
Well,
But
I'm definitely starting to outgrow it. Like
yeah,
I think it's mostly the color correction and like wishing I could make it look nicer.
yeah,
And yeah, anytime I have text on screen, I obviously hate the fonts that iMovie has like 12 fonts.
yeah.
And so anytime I have text on screen, that's me making a green screen in Canva and downloading a PNG. It's crazy. So
It's so funny.
I would be so much faster if I would just like buck up and learn Final Cut.
And it might not be as intimidating as you think it is either.
I
So
think it would be all right.
yeah. I spent well, first I went and grabbed the starter that we've got from our takeaway just to have that first, but I
Good.
wasn't fully hungry for the main yet. So I was like, because it came early. I thought it was meant to arrive now. So I'm gonna have the main in the second sprint we're
Good.
doing. And then I didn't end up doing any work, but I vlogged, and I felt like that was a task I needed to do because I hadn't vlogged
Mhm.
since coming back from Edinburgh. I needed to explain some of my thinking process for my detailed outline, and like for instance, I'm changing up a little bit what my all is lost is, and so I need to work my way to that point, and just yeah, there was a little bit of
Yeah.
explaining what I've decided to change and how it's going to impact things and everything. So I
Yeah.
it was like a 13-minute long uh, clip, but I tend to edit it down.
Do you
So
feel like since this is like your transparent series
yeah.
where you're like taking the audience along as you write the book, do you feel like it kind of then weighs on you when you haven't vlogged and you feel like you can't make any forward progress on the book
Mm,
until you catch up the video?
I think most of the time I've been excited to vlog in general because it's helped me unlock some solutions to some bits
Mm,
previously. Like,
yeah.
the rubber ducking method of talking to a fake audience helps you
Yeah.
think through a problem, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So, like, it's been helpful in general. So I've not resented it or anything. But when I'm saying I'm taking a break this month, I'm taking a break from everything. So vlogging, including, has been a little bit hard as
Mhm.
well. So
Yeah.
I'm almost kind of glad I don't have much to vlog about because there hasn't been that much I've done. So it was just, but I was more like, I need to do it before I forget. And
Yeah.
it was more like just get it done and then we can move on.
Have it in the
Um,
moment.
yeah, because I'll have more B-roll than anything else, I think, in the July one. And I haven't edited down. I have done nothing in terms of editing videos or filming new videos except for this vlog bit. So I
Mhm.
still have the whole month of June to like
I
to
know.
update. And there's so much in there. So I don't know, it's gonna be a chunky one, or maybe I'll split it into, I don't know. But yeah.
Exciting. I was like, "Man," and at first I was like, "Oh, I really gotta try and get this, like, under 40 minutes," and now I'm just like, "You know what? Like, I don't freaking care." I this is a really chatty video, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
"Whatever." I'm posting it.
Also, if I may, Edgar is like on the guest.
Oh, sweet boy. I love how he looked up to be like, "Are they looking?"
Like, I think it was more like, "What are you doing? Leave me alone, mom."
He's like, "What's going on?"
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I did that, and then afterwards I started playing around with figuring out what program we might use next if we're quizzing
Oh,
StreamYard.
yeah? What do you think about
Um, I
Streamlabs?
am not a fan of Streamlabs. First of all, it won't let me quit the app. So, like, it's still open
Okay,
even though
that's
I've
a
quit it
problem.
like 5 times. So that annoys the fuck out of me. But also, it's an app. Like, you have to download it. It's not browser based, and I think that makes it a
Mm,
lot harder to navigate. I think it's very much for Twitch users more than anything else, including if you want
yeah.
just the free version. So in the pricing, for instance, if we were to stream together and then we were like, oh, I'm going to do a stream with 3 people, I can't because I have to pay for it. It's one, I think it's like one guest only. Maybe it's two. I might be wrong. I can't remember what I saw, but it was something like that.
Ooh.
It still hasn't
Well,
quit. I'm going to have to go force quit it. Okay, let me
if it's an app, then
quit.
I won't be able to get it on my Chromebook, so I'll be streaming from Mr. Robbins's office.
Yeah, it seems like not only do you have to have a source yourself that you put into it, and it's complicated in a similar manner than OBS is. And I know enough of small things about OBS because I've been using it for screen recording that I'm like,
Mm,
I'd rather just learn more of OBS and use that than
yeah.
learn a brand new app. Um, and there's most of the fun features like overlays and everything you have to pay for anyway. So not interested in that.
Ah.
So I started Googling, like, and by Googling, I mean I'm Googling Redditing. So I'm
Right,
literally,
yeah. I feel like that's my new when I say, "Oh, I researched something," that means I just looked it up
I'm
on
just
Reddit.
adding the word Reddit at the end of a question.
Yeah, I don't want your AI slop. I want a real person to tell me
And the
what they
worst is that
learned.
Gemini is now like, here's a summary of what I found on Reddit. And it's like,
I know. It's terrible. Ugh,
so there's three I'm going to explore and have a look at whether they're any good. The first one is
okay.
called Restream. The second one is called OneStream, but I don't like the look of it. Because this is giving corporate, so I don't know if I'm gonna like this.
Yeah.
And the third one is Riverside, but I can't tell yet from the pricing pages what's like really. I almost feel like I need to like create an account, see what's what, and then be like, yeah, nope, not for us, or maybe that could work. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna explore those next. But so far, uh, like I'm sure that what is it called again? Streamlabs is great for Twitchers and like video game streamers and that kind of
Mm.
stuff. I don't think this is. We use it in a certain manner that I don't think many communities use it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What we want to have access to is multiple guests, um, just streaming directly from a browser so you don't have to download any rubbish,
Yeah.
being able to share screen and having like intros and outros. That's like all I want. It's
And
all
the YouTube integration is so, like, we're so that's embedded in how we hang
Yeah.
out is the YouTube comment integration. Like, I wonder
Yeah,
how the
being able to
comments would work.
see. So I was once invited to co-host on a stream with someone else, and they were using OBS, and I hated it because the guest cannot see the comments, and you
Oh, so you're just,
feel
like, live reacting to everything.
I felt very isolated because it was like, I don't have any control over who's saying what, and not that I want the control when I'm the guest, but I just want to be able to see, because sometimes you might be like, oh my god, this person just said that, and like, I
Yeah.
think this is inherently what I love about streaming on YouTube, is like the audience and the interactions with the audience, right? Like,
Yeah.
yes, Teague, I am not asking for the world here, you know, like you, and like if I said that and you were on OBS, you'd be like, what? I can't see because I haven't clicked on the comment, it's not
Mm.
appearing, you can't see what I'm talking about, so
Yeah, that's uncomfy.
I don't like it. It felt very isolating, and it was like, what's the point of me being here? I could just be in the audience.
I'm just a warm body in a chair.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't want to pay for StreamYard, no, but like currently I don't really know what to do.
Well, I'm happy to if we wanna just have some F around streams,
Yeah.
we can do that.
We can do a few testing sessions.
Mhm.
Let me see what the audience said, because I have been ignoring people after saying, you know, how much that's a big part of it. And I have a few comments to go through. Okay, so the last one that was during the first sprint was Michael saying, question, do you consider a front and a backside of your bookmark so that when you put it in, you can mark the verso or recto as the actual page you're on? Or is a bookmark just a
Oh.
bookmark asking for rent? No, I don't consider that. But if a bookmark has a side that has a lot of writing and a side that doesn't, I'll usually turn it, like sometimes I like to read things like this and go
Mm.
down. And if the bookmark has writing on it, it distracts me from what I'm trying to read.
Yeah, I've never thought about, like, actually indicating to myself which page I was
Yeah.
on, but yeah, I always turn the art side up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's kind of how I see it. So I like that most bookmarks will usually have both sides, like one side that doesn't
Mhm.
really have any writing and one that does, because then I can choose. But other than that, I don't use it that way.
Yeah.
Marta came back. Hello, hello. Just caught up on the start of the stream at times two speed. I love the idea of doing a group Streamlabs stream and trying to figure it out together. It's so annoying to me that the streaming limit is 5 hours, because most month I stream for 6 hours. Like, come on, you could have given us one more hour. Yeah.
I know.
Susan says, I may or may not be eating leftover cake for lunch. No judging. No
Susan
judging here.
just reminded me that I have carrot cake leftovers in the fridge.
Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All sounds delicious. Though I've eaten so much crap over the weekend with the wedding and everything that I'm happy to just. I
That's
mean,
what
I'm having
weddings are
takeaway, but
for.
it's Indian takeaway, so it's still good. It's not McDonald's. You know,
Yeah,
there's a level of takeaways.
we love ourselves.
Marta said, so excited for a new Anna video.
Been a
Uh,
long time coming.
Steve says, I worked on story arcs for draft 2, looking at main story, B story, the subplots, etc., and figured out what the arc was for each. Will hopefully make it easier to come up with
Oh,
scenes for the draft.
nice.
That's a good idea.
Sounds really thoughtful.
Michael says, I finished my writing for the day, watched some booktube, and watched a live game of chess. Very
Ooh.
nice. Very fun. Katie says, I put together the photo dumps from Edinburgh, and now I got to schedule them for this week. Excited.
Yay! I can't wait to hear more about the big trouble trip.
So fun. Although I don't know if you know this, but I missed Becca again. So
Again?
well, this time not my fault. We blame the airport, who asks Americans to arrive however many hours in advance, like you're meant to arrive earlier if you're going to the States. And so there was no time for her to meet me, even though I arrived at like 7:10 in the
Oh.
morning. It just did not happen, unfortunately, because she had to get her cab out immediately. Marta says and Becca says reworked a couple of scenes. Marta says there's nothing wrong with iMovie. Your videos look great. It doesn't matter where you used to make them. Agreed. Agreed. However, I also agree that for the sake of efficiency, you might be like, I just need to upgrade because then it will make me
Yeah.
faster
I'm
at
starting
this.
to do a lot of workarounds to get the things that I want that iMovie can't
But I
um
think you're ready to graduate
I
to
I was probably ready 3 years ago.
Yeah. What are you doing staying in high school when you've been ready for
Yeah,
college all along?
yeah,
Like,
for real.
love a chatty and a video, says Dee as well.
Get ready.
Some love for Edgar. Oh, Eddie. Funny enough, that is not one of his multiple nicknames.
No?
We do call him Eggy, but we don't call him Eddie.
Eggy?
Eggy, yes.
Eggy.
And often the dissolves into me calling him egg fried rice, and I often have egg fried rice for dinner. So I'm like, I'm gonna have egg fried rice for dinner, and then I look at him.
I love the dog nickname spiral.
Yes, look at that cutie pie. Boo! That was about Streamlabs. I think capitalism might be bad, people? Question mark. Yeah, sounds like it. I'd rather have a real human feed me wrong information than a robot. Yes, agreed. Although sometimes I find it kind of funny when you see the really bad outtakes from ChatGPT. You're not asking for the world here. Yeah, I know, right? Might just bite the bullet and pay for StreamYard. I don't know. How much is it?
It's really expensive. I think it's at least $15 a month.
Holy fucking shit. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to learn how to make it work with YouTube Direct.
We should try it out.
Oh, my Wi-Fi looks low. Should I change?
You seem
Wi-Fi?
all right to me.
Okay. It's StreamYard is telling me they're lying to me because I'm bashing them.
They heard the slander.
The start is at the top of the chapter for me 3 hours before.
I've lost the plot on this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about. Where the key lime cake was delicious. Ooh, key lime! You did not specify that. But now I think I need some almonds to balance the sugar. Well, I mean, again, we do not judge, you know?
Yeah. Girl dinner.
Oh, Americans have to arrive 3 hours early at the airport. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 hours. And when I got there, the JetBlue section wasn't even open yet. I literally said in my head, I could be hanging with Melon right now. To be fair, eggy is the superior choice. Egg fried rice. Love that. Yes, 3 hours before flight for Americans to be at the airport. That makes sense. Got it.
Yeah. Heathrow's the most just terrifying airport I've ever been to. It's so hard to navigate.
It wasn't Heathrow. It was Edinburgh Airport.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's very similar to Heathrow, actually, I would say. I mean, as someone who's been to these airports.
I felt like Edinburgh felt like a tiny airport to me. It was like cute.
It's not tiny because you do have to navigate quite a bit because I went to the wrong lounge, so I know I had to then go back all the way.
Some potential for loss.
First world problems.
Yeah.
I went to the wrong lounge, so I was like, there is quite a bit of walk, but it's definitely not as big as Heathrow. But the most massive one I've ever been to for me is Amsterdam for sure. Schiphol, like they tell you how much time you've got to walk to get from one gate to the other, and you're like, 30 minutes? What do you mean?
Christ.
Heathrow is really big in the sense of if you're in not the right terminal, you have to take like the little train thing to get to the correct terminal and everything.
Yeah.
But I just find it fun because I'm like, I'm riding this little weird train thing. I love how everyone is bashing on Edinburgh, actually. I don't parade with the front and back for a bookmark. The start is always the top.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Edinburgh Airport was trash. Do you know what? It's so funny because I was with my friend Leanne and she found like a TikTok video from an American saying, like such clickbait because we think she starts all of her videos that way to get people raging.
Oh
and
boy.
She's like, is Edinburgh the worst airport in the and then she lists like the pros and cons, and then actually it was like a whatever point system she's got. She's like, so it's not the worst airport.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
I honestly think it's pretty good compared to some other ones I've been to.
The customs was so chill. I mean, this was in 2023. I don't know what it's like now, but like it was literally just a guy at a wheelie desk.
Yeah, this is the thing as well, is like I haven't been back in 10 years through the airport because I would normally take the train now. And at the airport this time, I also had the privilege of going through fast track. So I can't actually, tell you that it's, the best airport. It wasn't. It was good for me because I had all the advantages. Now, Gatwick, I think, is an underrated one for sure. But I raise you London City Airport. The fucking chillest. So
Hmm.
small, so amazing, so quick. Everything is just like, just done, done, done. It just feels nicer. Anyway, you got downgraded
Oh my God.
by British Airways even though you paid for business class. What the
That's a
hell?
lot of money.
That should be illegal.
I hope you're submitting complaints to get
Well,
refunded.
yeah, you better get it refunded. Like, what the fuck is that? That would be so frustrating.
Why would they downgrade somebody?
I would also be like, just put me on the next flight and keep me in business. That means they must have like overbooked it, which sounds crazy.
Yeah.
I don't really know why they would do that. Um, I don't think it's a superior airport choice because Heathrow is just easy access. I mean, I don't know. I just think Heathrow is easier to get to because you've got the Piccadilly line directly
Yeah.
there. So in my head, in terms of like connection and going into the city, I prefer Heathrow. But I also live close by to both airports now, so I could go easily to Gatwick. So I don't know. I don't know why this has become an airport chat. I'm so sorry, people. This has nothing to do with writing now. Edinburgh Airport was on the small size, but it's so unorganized. Yeah, but that's just British airports. What do you mean? Have you been to airports that are super organized? Which ones? Let me tell you, Italian airports are way worse. Way, 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 way worse. Your flight will not go from the gate they've announced ever. I loved Atlanta Airport when I was there. It was the luggage deposit situation for me. Okay, we've landed a robot on
Hmm.
Mars. We can implement luggage self check in. Yeah, true, fair. Flights from Norway goes to Gatwick though. Oh, nice. I am complaining. Apparently, the original plane was bigger, but had a technical problem, so they had to
Ah,
get a smaller plane. So I got randomly reassigned. Oh my god, that's so frustrating. Schiphol is amazing. It's just really big, and I don't like how big it is, but it is amazing. Never flying British Airways again. I'm only flying British Airways now because I have Avios points. I told that the guy that, and he was like, "Oh no, I hope that's not true." And I was like, "Unless you manifest a business class seat so I can lay down, I will not." Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I'm
that
sorry.
is
That's really
fair.
unfortunate.
Schiphol is efficient. I mean, I haven't been again in more than 10 years, so I wouldn't be able to tell you, but it used to, because I had to, there was no direct flights to Brussels, so I had to change at Schiphol when I would go from Scotland to Brussels. And so at Schiphol, I would get like a city hopper, which is just like, it's basically a bus in the air. It's literally like a 30-minute flight with KLM, and they still give you a little treat on the flight. So I was like, that's nice.
At least you get that.
I was like, we're barely in the air. It's like going up and then down again.
It's like they
And
just threw the plane really hard.
yeah. We've gone through all the comments, and I think we should do another sprint unless
Yes.
there is more yapping about airports to be had. Which apparently for Steve there is. Atlanta
Yes.
had like 5 terminal buildings with a cute little train in between. See, this is my favorite thing. It's just trains going from one terminal to another.
Yeah. Ours is called the plane train. It's really cute.
Oh, so cute. I love those. They're just so fun. I'm home and on my worst flight, but generally such a pain. But Heathrow is fine. Nothing is worse than Boston Airport. Okay, interesting.
My other home airport.
Another sprint, and I can finish her video and I can watch it. Yes, a bus in the air. Yep, the plane train. I love her. So cute.
Every time the doors reopen and close, it goes, "You are on the plane train."
That's so cute. I would love that. I'm just gonna go straight into the cocktail timer. Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. I'll play the sound and then I'll put us on 45 minutes.
Okay.
Oops.
Good luck.
Why is it not loading? I don't know why it's not
Oh,
loading.
Rot-row.
It's because I've trashed StreamYard, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. They're gonna kick us off.
Come on, play. Good luck. beep, beep. We're done. Let me post.
Hello.
There we go. Oh, there we go. How was that 45 minute for you? How'd you do?
I did well. It went by that sprint absolutely flew by. I feel
Yeah.
like with video editing, especially the time can just disappear. Like I absolutely hate knowing that I just did this little section and it took 45 minutes.
But are you at least are you happy with the little section? 'Cause
Yes, yeah, it was more
yeah.
time consuming because it's one where I had to put a ton of pictures up on screen and I
Yeah.
wanted it to like come at a certain time and they were pictures that I was pulling from Pinterest, so of course I was like taking my time picking those out. So it's
That
just
also take actually, I feel like that's probably the majority of the time.
yeah,
Usually.
so it went by really quick. How about you?
Yeah. For me, I ate dinner, my takeaway.
Nice.
And then I was playing around with the first of the 3. I was like, "I'm gonna test this one for streaming." So
Mhm.
I created an account on Restream, and I've created a live stream for in 20 minutes from now. I don't
Very
even
good.
know whether it showed up on my channel or not. I don't
It
know.
did. I got the push notification.
Okay, nice. So that worked. That part worked.
Mhm.
And they do have a free, basic, account thing that allows me to have 6 guests on. So I've got you.
Nice.
Yes, it said, like, I can invite up to 6 people. So I was like, "Okay, that sounds good." I think the main thing at the moment that could be annoying for people, but I don't really care, is that, you can't get rid of their logo anywhere, including on the thumbnail. It just automatically pops up. And,
Oh,
like, if you want to
interesting.
stay free, like, it just will have the big Restream logo on top of
On the
things.
thumbnail.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
top right on the thumbnail. I don't know if you can see it. I've
Let me
not
go
fully
look.
checked. But it does look at like it has all of the other
Oh,
functions.
yes. I
Yeah.
see.
It has all the other functions of, StreamYard that you would expect for free at the moment, it looks like.
Okay.
So you've got a few backgrounds for free, but if you wanna change your background, you gotta pay. There's a few things like that, but we'll explore that, I'm sure, when we get to it.
Sounds good. Thanks for, jumping in and trying to find our
I
community
was
a
just like,
solution.
I fucking refuse to pay for yet another thing. I pay for a lot of things,
For
but I
real.
need for them to be worth it.
Yeah.
And, like, for instance, yes, I will pay for this writing program that I think other people think is extortionate, but I'm happy to pay because I generally like it, which is
Mhm.
First Draft Pro. So,
Yeah.
it just it depends. But for StreamYard, no. That is truly like, "Oh, we're gonna, like, give you less things for free and make you pay for
Yeah.
more."
I'm already doing YouTube for free. I don't need to lose money on it. Thank you so much.
Literally, literally. I was like, "There's other programs that do it better, surely." So, yeah, this one looks like it's got, similar, like, it's still intuitive enough. I was like, "It doesn't look super hard to understand,"
Okay.
um, at least for basic things like that, so we shall see.
We'll see.
But yeah. Let's see what the chat did. Oh, yeah, and then sorry, I did spend the last 15 minutes, I actually wrote stuff.
Oh, good.
It's actually in my book. Um, I mean, I knew I wasn't gonna be super productive anyway, today anyway, but I did figure out I was struggling with, like, a scene because 'cause I'm doing bullet points, hyper detailed scenes at the moment, and I'm struggling with what comes next, and I realized my problem is I need for my characters to end up in this part, but there's no reason for them to leave this part because they're in
Mhm.
the place they're meant to want to go to. So, it did not make sense, and I was like, "I think I need to add a room," because I was like, essentially, I've created a problem for myself by being too efficient, where I was like, it would make
Mhm.
sense that when you arrive at the space settlement, like the planetary settlement, your control room is your space shuttle. So land and connect it to all the habitats, and
Yeah.
it becomes the control room where you have the camera feeds, the control of like the doors, locks, etc.
Yeah.
I was just like, this would be efficient. This would make sense. This is sci-fi. That'd be
Mhm.
clever. But now I've created this issue where they have to go to the control room, but then they also need to be like, we need to get to the space shuttle so we can get out of here. And I'm like, you're already there, idiots.
So you need to kind of like pick up that technology and move it somewhere
Yeah,
else.
I need to make them more retarded and be like, no, not from now on, your control room is an actual control room, and you need to get to the space shuttle. Even though this was clever, you're not going to be clever anymore.
The space station is maybe, is it like a situation where the space station has so much high tech that the shuttle they're on is not able to
Or
connect or doesn't
no,
have the same.
I think it's going to be more question of like, well, maybe they need to plan for the fact that, and I don't think I'm going to explain that because that's too much lore, but like in my head I will know the reason is that um yeah, you might need to have some people who leave with the space shuttle to do something back to the main
Mhm.
spaceship, right?
Yeah.
And they're not going to leave the people there in the settlement without access to like controls that are essential
Yeah.
to
Okay.
make to make the rest of it function. So actually, it does make sense to have a separate control room.
Mhm.
I just need to remake my map. I mean, add like a room into it. And so
Yeah.
that part's annoying. So I was like, okay, I need to figure out where I should go so that everything else still works because I've got so many movements that make sense currently in my head. And so yeah.
Yeah. I would get so excited if I opened a sci-fi book and there was a map of the whole space station. I would be like, "Yeah!"
I think I should put it in, to
Yeah,
be fair. But
absolutely. Went through the effort of making it. I feel like
yeah,
it'd be really
that's
cool.
true. That's true. But yeah, I need to have a little think about the logistics of it, basically, which is a little
Mhm.
bit boring, but it's got to be done. And I
It's
want to do it now.
part of it. Logistics are part of it,
I think for
unfortunately.
most people, it would be that's a draft two question. But I'm like, I don't want to have to edit too much. I just want to
That could
minimize
be a
it.
draft one question.
It's a draft one question for me. But yes, we had some plane train love, and then Katie said, "Sorry, Anna, the Wi-Fi at Logan never works, and it's so
That's
confusing to
true.
me."
That is true.
Fair enough. Michael said the bus launches from the ramp in Belgium and lands in the Netherlands. That'd be beautiful. That'd be so fun. I would ride that. Oh my god, my beloved. That was for the cocktail timer, I believe.
Yes.
And then some hateful Dana. Dana from StreamYard is now grumbling in your
Dana,
internet.
I have questions.
Dana's not excited anymore.
Yeah.
We're all very frustrated here. Marta says, already did my writing for the day this morning. Nice. So I was catching up on some video editing and
Nice
stuff.
job.
Very nice. Or in other words, I spend the entire 45 minutes choosing one song and I'm no longer sure I actually like the song.
This is so relatable. That's so relatable.
This is very real. Very real. Well,
Oh, no.
Steve has a question for you, Anna. Any update on Project Gemstone Gate Gospel Key?
Um, Not a ton. I did last month actually have kind of a brainstorming sesh or um not a brainstorming sesh, an accountability sesh with Hudson where she was like, "You need to start getting back into this." And I was like, I haven't even opened the document since July." And she's like, "Okay, on Wednesday night, we're gonna meet and you're just gonna open the document." And it's just that's the accountability is just read, you know.
I think that's a good accountability system because it's like it's low pressure at the start.
Yeah. And so I did that and I kind of came up with some solutions for what like the overall problems are, which are basically like what it comes down to, I think now, like having sat on this issue for so long, is that I want the story escalated too high for what I started out with wanting, and then it got away from me, and I did my like typical like high fantasy thing where it just like escalate, escalate,
Sort
escalate.
of like in the for anyone who's not aware, in the realm of cozy
Yeah.
versus epic or high fantasy
Yeah, and I really
stakes,
wanted more
or
of
the
like
stakes,
a
basically.
community based story or like a very local neighborhood kind of story. And so I've wanting to like kind of squash things a little bit. And so I had to change some things about Poppy's backstory. And I kind of did some brainstorming on that and came up with something I'm happy with. So like the next step would be to like do a new outline, of course. Um, but I want to get Hare's book finished. I want to practice getting things into finished states
Mhm.
quicker. But I've not forgot about it. It's still the best thing I've ever written. and we'll come back to her, I promise.
Yeah, but that's only because you've left a few gaps in your latest book that you're gonna yeah fill in.
Yeah, we haven't talked about the fact that you finished reading my 0 draft with holes. It's a little holier than I told Malin it was.
Yeah, holes where I was not expecting them, and I was like, "Girl, what the fuck?"
I might have chickened out of a few scenes. That's what happened.
It was still very fun, though. It was a fun ride. I still enjoyed myself.
Yeah, and we had a great spaghetti at the wall moment,
Yeah,
earlier in July, and that was so awesome. Um, and so, yeah, that's been another part of why I've kinda taken a little writing rest is that I got so much out of that conversation, and I wanna, like, synthesize all of that before I
yeah.
actually draft.
As long as I didn't put you in a freeze.
No, 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 no. It was the complete opposite, and I always knew that I was gonna get so much, like, excitement out of having you read it and just getting to be like, "What do you think about this? What do you think about that?"
Good. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
We also had some updates from Becca on editing, made good progress. And I can't remember what this was about in the last 2 minutes, but
Me
that's hot
either.
melon. And Steve also asked if I experienced my mouse cursor disappearing on Notion. It's a real struggle. I don't think I've got this issue.
I
Is
don't
it
think I do either.
is it like an update problem or something? Sometimes I've got issues because I need to update the app, basically.
Maybe put new
Um,
batteries in your mouse.
there you go. Love it front matter map, yes. But I like when it comes to fantasy, I never read them. I'm just like, that's too much. There's too many mountain ranges. It's just like I'm not gonna read all that. Girl over there, I want to buy it. And Marta reiterates 100% what Steek said, and I also want to buy the sequel, please. I'm speeding through the last comments. I'm sorry because it's 53 right now, and I did set up that next like that
Yeah, we'll get
test
bumped
stream for
over.
like in 7 minutes. I just want to make sure I don't miss that. If that is not the story of my life, I want to write a standalone single POV novel, 3 POVs, and a series plan later. Wait, what
It's
happened?
exactly what happened. I set out to write a cozy, fantasy about, a gem artificer, and then, all of a sudden we're on, like, the plane of celestial
Yeah.
world taking over, and it's like, What happened?"
I think, partially the problem could also be that you started with inspiration from a character that you took from a D&D game, and D&D does not do cozy, I mean, in my
Yeah.
experience. I don't know.
I think that definitely infected. I took too much from my D&D character and didn't, like, reform enough for her to fit into this, like, different story.
Yeah.
I need to leave some of like, separate the D&D Poppy from, like, the book Poppy.
Which is easier to do with some recoil and, like, you're taking by taking a full break from it, you also will have
Yeah.
more, you know, you'll have more vision of, like, what you wanna keep, what you don't wanna keep. I
Yeah,
think
the time has definitely been necessary.
it helps. Are these plot holes or holes in the characters physically speaking? Marta!
Marta!
It's sort of related as a problem.
It might be tangentially related.
Yay for a good spaghetti sesh.
It was
Yes,
so
love
good.
that. Steve has a cord mouse. Love reading the maps, tracking where the characters go, seeing that kingdom they talk about. Yeah, I'm too lazy for that, and I also tend to switch sometimes between if I have the Kindle version, I'll read on my Kindle. I'm never gonna go to the map if I'm on my Kindle,
No,
and then
yeah.
so that's the main issue I've got. Thank you for the update, though.
You're so welcome. I'm sorry it's not more exciting.
I still think it's like, well, you're making progress, and progress is progress, and that's all we can ask. So
She's on my mind. She's not, like, in the back of the bottom drawer, but she's on the side of the desk, I guess.
she's there. She's over there,
Yeah.
waiting patiently.
Yeah.
Well, that's on you, Melon. Okay, thanks. I'm sorry the way you were putting so much emphasis on the word holes was suspicious. We already know the snake has two heads. What else are there two off? No, not in that way.
Just in the way of, like, I left some brackets where
scenes get inserted and other
Yeah.
things get inserted. So sorry. I'm so sorry. That was terrible.
Oh
I
my
feel like
god.
this is a perfect ending.
Yes, yeah.
And since we're not allowed outro, I don't have to tell you guys that I don't have an outro anymore anyway, because we can't use
That's right.
them. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Scenes and maybe other things. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to end this stream. I will see you guys in 4 minutes in another stream.
Alright, let's go test out the what's it
Yeah,
called?
let's
Stream
restream.
Restream.
Restream. Yeah.
Alright.
Goodbye.